Here's a great drill for anyone who's stuck in the world of topping. Yes, catching that top of the golf ball, the head of the golf ball, those horrible ones that trundle along the ground. They are horrible. Ball doesn't get in the air, just doesn't feel great at all. Here's a fantastic drill as to why you might be doing that. Now, the shoulders are so important in the swing. They are what I call the engine of the swing. These two elements here, very much the engine. Why? Because if they don't move in the right direction, then the club doesn't tend to work in the right direction. So here's how the shoulders need to move. So important. We need to allow the shoulders to do two things. One, we need them to turn. Two, really importantly, it's the big reason as to why you might top it, is they need to tilt. Now, golf's a tilting sport. It's played with the ball on the ground. So we need to make sure we're getting that club down to that ground. And a big way of doing that is making sure those shoulders are much more tilting as opposed to turning back, but very, very flat. So when someone says they're too flat, for me, the big definition there is not the clubs getting too flat. It's more to do with the shoulders getting too flat. The shoulders being parallel to the ground, yes, that's too flat. Because look how we set up to the ball. We set up to the ball with those shoulders pointing down. We don't set up to the ball with the shoulders pointing out in front of us. Because we'd never get that club down to that ground. We'd never get that club down to that golf ball. So we need to make sure when we turn back, we are tilting our shoulders. So a great drill for you out there in Topsville, you need to make sure putting a club against your shoulders there, up against your shoulders, butt end of the golf club pointing towards a target. When you feel like you're turning back, I'd like to see that butt end of that golf club pointing down in front of the golf ball, but out down towards there, down towards. So we don't want that butt end pointed up, otherwise we're going to struggle to get that club down to the ground. So we've got to turn those shoulders and gently tilt those shoulders. Yes, I don't want to see anyone going too far, so those shoulders are pointing more towards our toes. It's got to be pointing just out, ideally, just out in front. Everyone's different, every club's slightly different, but as a general rule of thumb, what you need to do is turn, but also tilt those shoulders. So again, the shoulders, left shoulder in particular, is going down and pointing out just in front of that golf ball to allow that club to get to that ground and therefore get the ball up in the air. No more topspin. Hope this helps. Stop topping that ball, start tilting those shoulders.